Hi, friends. Occasionally I take cold showers, and here lately I've had reason to take cold showers a little more often than normal. And the experience of taking that cold shower has kind of reminded me of just how great the lives are that most of us live. You know, they're really just lives of unimaginable luxury compared to previous generations. You and I both probably live a life of greater comfort and luxury and technology, certainly technology, but greater comfort than the kings of even just a few generations ago. But I got to thinking about these cold showers, and I thought, our Lord never had a hot shower, probably never had a hot bath. Just seems unlikely. And so, to whatever extent he was bathing or cleaning himself, was almost certainly with cold water. And that got me to thinking about all of the ways in which my life is so much easier and more comfortable than that of our Lord, or probably really most of the saints who've ever lived. You think about a refrigerator and ice, and you think about indoor plumbing, heat and air that keeps the environment in our homes, perfect, right? Whatever that perfect number is, we probably all have on the controls, right, for the heat and air. It just keeps it exactly at that comfort. And if you go somewhere else, you go to an office and maybe it's a little bit cold, or you go to a church, right, and you find this is a little bit warm for me, right, because we've dialed our experience in at home to such a degree to really just have it perfection for us. And then I got to thinking about how often I find myself, especially as I get older and try and keep up with my kids on the tennis court or something, taking ibuprofen to just ease those minor irritations and pains, and how these things are completely novel in the life of Christians, that in previous generations there was just no such thing. And so it got me to thinking about, number one, our need to be grateful, and how that spirit of gratitude really takes over the rest of our lives. It completely changes our perspective. But also the opportunity that we have when we recognize these things, when we are grateful for them, to start to practice a greater degree of detachment. And what do I mean by that? Well, there's nothing wrong, of course, with taking a hot shower. But sometimes taking a shower that's not quite as hot as maybe we would personally prefer it to be helps us to detach ourselves a little bit from that pleasure, the pleasure of the flesh in this respect, where, it could be a little hotter, but we don't have to give in to that desire completely. We can back off just a little bit, just for ourselves, to help grow in detachment from that. A friend of mine only drinks water. He doesn't drink coffee. He doesn't drink tea. He might have a glass of wine on occasion or something if it's part of the environment he's in. But he made this decision, hey, I'm only going to drink water. I'm not going to drink anything else, just to help him grow in that detachment. Another friend of mine only eats one meal a day, not because he wanted to lose weight, but because he wanted to help grow in detachment from food. Instead of always thinking about, hey, it's lunchtime, hey, it's dinner time, or what am I having for breakfast this morning? He wanted to get all of that mindset out of him and turn food just into the fuel that his body needed. And so changing his eating habits was the way he did that. Another friend didn't go quite as far, but he made the decision, I'm no longer going to invest the time and energy, maybe the money, into meals that are quite so sophisticated. So he's kind of he's lived a good life. He's always had nice food and so forth, but he just decided, hey, I'm not going to have that be a part of my life. I'm going to eat much simpler foods. You might call it peasant food. And another friend who said, I'm going to try and work on not dialing in that heat and air conditioning controls quite so perfectly. So if he really likes the heat to be at 68 degrees during the winter, maybe he's going to put it at 67, so that he has to confront that urge to say, I need to bump it up just a little bit, so that he can just embrace that slight, obviously it's just a tiny little bit of discomfort. And of course, probably what will happen is he'll just adjust to that, and that'll become the new norm, but he will have conquered that little bit of himself. And I thought that was a great lesson to share. And so that's something that's been on my mind, and I hope that is helpful for you in some way. God bless.